Alrighty guys, next up we're going to install the front splitter extensions and winglets on the 7.5R Golf. First thing we're going to need to do is take the bumper off. So, let's get started. What you're going to need is your drill and 8mm drill bit, your 4mm Allen key or Allen key Torx bit. You're going to need a 2.5mm Allen key Torx bit, 10mm spanner or ratchet spanner ideally, and a pick tool. So to begin with, you want to remove these two T25 Torx screws from the front, and then take your T25 Torx screwdriver and poke it into the hole here. It's going to help you release some little tabs. Then you want to pull the grill toward you, not up, because you'll break some tabs. Once you've pulled the grill out, you can unclip this one plug right here by squeezing the two tabs on either side. You might need to wiggle it a little bit because if it's got a few Ks on it, it's probably caked up with some dirt. Next, we're going to take our T25 Torx bit and remove the screws in the guard liner. Next up, we're going to remove another bunch of T25s from underneath the front bumper. Now, before you completely try to remove the bumper, you're going to want to also take off these little clips here, which you can put back on later on. That's going to allow you a bit more cable length when you pull the bumper off. Now that we've removed the T25 screws from in the guard liners and underneath the car, as well as the grill on the front, you can start pulling from either side and you'll free up the tabs that are holding the bumper in place. It should just pop off like that. And lastly, you're going to want to pop off these tabs along the front. That's going to release the bumper so that you can pull it out. This is a lot easier to do if you have a second set of hands. Lastly, you've got a clip right here. This is where having that second set of hands handy is good. You can pull that off the bumper to make removal easier. Push down on this tab and separate the clip. Don't forget to put that back onto the bumper. There we are. Now that you've got the bumper removed, take your drilling template, peel off the double-sided tape and attach it to the underside of the crossbar. Now that we've got our template in place, take a 3mm drill bit and begin drilling out your pilot holes as marked on the template. Once you've drilled your pilot holes, you can discard the drilling template. Next, we're going to enlarge our pilot holes out step by step until we get to 7mm. So we've drilled our holes in the front crossbar. Next thing we're going to do is take these studs and flange nuts, take them apart. Now you're going to take the stud and you want to put one of your nuts on the inside of the support bar here, screw that in, and you want to keep tightening that up until this stud hits the top of the inside of that crossbar there. So keep tightening it all the way. There we are. Then once that's hitting the top, you can tighten up the outside one. Alrighty, so the bar is off the car, the crossbar has had its studs installed. The next step is fastening the lip to the bumper. This needs to be done off the car. So what you're going to need to do is grab yourself a bunch of clamps, or several friends ideally, and get this lip lined up. So if you take a look around here, you can see how we've aligned the lip with the outer edge of the bumper. It should sit the same on both sides if you've clamped it together in the correct spot. Then we can drill some pilot holes and bolt it to the bumper.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just put it in place.
So now that we've got our first round of bolts in, you can tighten these up, remembering to only tighten up the two outer ones on either side. The four that are in the center, we want to tighten them up just so that they're a little bit beyond finger tight. but don't over tighten them because you want to have a bit of play so that you can move this washer, these washers rather, up and down. Now take your 12mm drill bit and you're going to drill out the holes that are along the front here. What you can also do is once you've drilled your hole out, you can slide this washer up, hopefully you can see that, and you can drill the hole a little bit higher so you're creating an elongated hole for the bolts to go through. This will give you a little bit of play when you're installing it onto the bumper. Lastly, to finish off the front splitter install, we're going to install some extensions and winglets. To do this, you're going to need to install the last of the M6 bolts through your extension, like so, and then simply use the remaining fasteners supplied, these ones here, to tighten up the extensions and winglets into the gold threaded inserts underneath, and also utilizing the black Chicago bolt in the supplied spot there.